Hello everybody and welcome to episode 77. This episode also happens to be a 7th day. The 77th day. Oh, that scream actually counted. Ooh, just domed that guy. Wait, you're still alive? Cut it out. Cut that out right now, mister. Stop with that rap god crap, get out of here. And you with the screaming. Enough. Now, I need blade traps, and I think I'm going to have to shorten the pit by 2 blocks to properly make use of the blade traps that will be within it. Otherwise, the zombies will simply go around it. Speaking of which, I have those blade traps right here. And I should, now that I've filled the pit generator with engines, have more than enough required resources, aka wattage, to power everything that I need inside the pit, which would be blade traps and the fences. I get the feeling there was more blade traps around here, but I guess not.
My senses have picked up something.
No, she was actually right. I was just staring deep into the robot's soul like, what are you talking about? Why? Why do you speak to me ever? But it turns out she was actually kind of right. There was something. Not something important, but something. That is not what I was trying to do, but alright. That block is now cement. It's cement, Jimmy. That wall is rock hard. Methinks that, well, today may in fact just be dedicated towards more base building. What can I say? It's one of the parts that I enjoy the most about this game. But it should be a little bit simpler considering I now have straight concrete blocks. Which means I'm going to put these cement, cobblestone blocks away. Get the concrete ones right there and perhaps start crafting a handful of the normal ones. Because for whatever reason I've gotten quite low. I say for whatever reason as if I don't use them constantly to nerd pull and cheat my way through certain POI instances, but hey, it is what it is. I guess this is all the blade traps that I have. I really thought that I had more. Actually, hold on. Is it this box? It is. Blade trap bundle. There's 10 more. It is quite a batch, which should be more than enough. I don't think I need more than 10. I would be impressed if I did. I guess I could surround the sides. Should I? Would I? Could I? I could, but I won't. And I shan't. I shan't. It's one of my favorite words. It only pops up in my brain every now and again, but whenever it does, it just makes me smile. Think about it. It's like telling somebody that you absolutely will not do something, but it also sounds like you're telling them that you're going to take a shit. I shan't. Now where are those doors? I picked up doors and they're right here. I wish for these to be flat with the walls. Robot, we went over this last episode. I am going to salvage you if you do not stay out of my way. The only downside to these doors is they take a little while to open. It's not crazy, but it's something. Now if I turn this on, it's 3 watts, and if I turn these on, it's more. But I doubt it'll be enough to really matter. What I need to do at this point is beat down these ladders, because sadly I made a mistake and placed them before thinking about it. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'll be back when it's done. Actually, it might be a bit of an extended chronomancy, because I'm also going to just fill in the walls here. I'll be back in just a bit. And I've already changed my mind. It's going to take forever to punch through all of that, so instead, I'll simply make it so it's 1 block in from here outwards. Which means I'm going to want to take these wedges, like this. Is that easier if I do on face? Sure is. Let's go ahead and set these up. I'll probably just go all the way up. I'm not too worried about the resources themselves. I don't want to have any weird instances of zombies thinking that they can just casually climb their way up. Less chances of weird, the better. No! Weird! Speak its name and it shall appear. Power of weird. Huh? Wait. Did I just... eliminate the weird. Weird eliminated. Now we just fill in the walls. The standard way. This is an actual time-lapsable instance, so I'll be back when that is done. Casual wandering horde. If I'm standing up here, they still go into the pit. Awesome. They're trying to make their way all the way through her girthiness just to get to me here. Except for that guy who wants to take out the ladder, Derpy. What's she doing? Attacking these walls? I guess it's because there's no actual direct path. Some of them figure it out, some of them don't. But this isn't where I'm going to be spending the night anyway. Let's go ahead and stop them from making my repair job harder. And let's get back to it. Now, the pit is 3 squares wide, which makes it perfectly inhabitable by blade traps, as you can see by the now flushed out squares. And I think 4 is actually on the excessive, which is fine. I think we have enough power to deal with it. But just in case, we'll test it real quick using which switch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think each of these switches will have to be connected to one blade trap. They're all consuming a particular amount. I think they can only be connected to 8 objects. So I think the blade traps then will be connected directly to the generator. Should be fine. Start with the furthest one to make sure we can reach. Come on, there we go. Easy peasy. Now these will be limited service blade traps because they most definitely will get busted to high hell. If not by the zombies, then by me, dropping a multitude of pipe bombs down on them. But that's okay. The idea is that the electric fence posts, the actual MVP of this pit build, are going to keep all the zombies in place long enough, like throughout the entire night basically, but long enough that I should be able to simply mince them with explosives. Speaking of which, now that that's all set up, all I have to do is turn the generator on before the night begins. And the same goes for these. Let's make sure these generators are all fueled up minimally. This one's barely touched, and this one's barely touched. Both of them are on and connected to switches, so I don't have to worry about those. Up here, however, we need to set up the birdcage, which has to be far enough away from the surface, or the ground level, that they won't think to beat up the walls to path to it. I think I'm going to use the scaffolding ladders because they have a good chance of blocking cop spit, and I can shoot through them. Although, you know, I wonder, should I even have the birdcage this high up? I don't think so. Well, now we have this neat little barred area. I'm going to have a path here to the birdcage for the zombies to follow from the roof. I could just set up more ladders. They seem to like the ladders quite a bit. Like this, ladders. Look at that, now they have a path to me. It's a bit on the lazy side, but it works. And they won't be able to path any other way besides going up to the roof and coming down these ladders. Like so. Because they do not have parkour, they can't just jump up here. Unlike I, who can. I should probably find a test dummy before the night actually begins, though. And even outside of that, I should probably go get a garage door. A big garage door. To throw my pipe bombs through. Oh, another screamer. These things are truly endless. Is there another one? They seem to come in batches nowadays. More learning elixir. Why not? Buy them endlessly, but I never seem to use them. Garage door. Steel. I could do a cellar door. I'd rather do a garage door, though. Powered. Could be okay. 4x, 5x3. Nice and big. Let's do that. Forged steel, spring, mechanical parts, electrical, etc. That should do. Steel garage door. I only need 1 of them, so we'll craft that. I suppose I'm creating a powered one, but I'm hoping that it still functions perfectly fine without being powered. Hoping. There's only one way to find out. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to use vaults. I suppose, since I'm waiting, it's a good time to transfer the ludicrous amount of pipe bombs over. And to do that, I'm probably going to want to use the robot. Start by clearing out everything that we don't need first. Clear. Well, more or less. More or less than more, but more or less. That still has 3 minutes, so yes, we'll begin the process of transferring all the pipe bombs over. And we have to create a portion on the roof that I can comfortably get to during the horde night, that can't be broken or attacked by the zombies, and holds a storage box. And to do that, we'll have to potentially set it right up here on the roof. It's not a terrible idea, although the birds could get in the way. Perhaps I will just block off this top portion. We'll have a ladder down into here. No. I'm going to go ahead and just use the scaffolding to set up a pseudo floor, or ceiling, however you want to look at it. I think I'd actually prefer if it was on the bottom. Oh wait, no, I just blocked this off. Damn. Okay. Just a moment. Well, that'll have to do for now. I have apparently put my gasoline away again. I think I'm going to set up cube frames on the corners here to extend outward, just to make the building a bit easier. Like this. And the bird cage will end roughly around here, I think. Yes, this seems fair. As long as I have a handful of blocks up, they shouldn't be able to shoot at me. Unless, of course, they go up the stairs, but if they're getting up the stairs, then, well, we have other problems to worry about. That means they've gotten through the pit. Oops. This is one of the reasons why I tend to, when I'm doing a slow playthrough with myself, and a less stressful one, I tend to do the upgrading blocks exclusively, because there's less chance of things like this, where I accidentally was off by a block, and now I'm consuming more resources to aesthetically please my brain. I see I filled in the bottom blocks to improve structural integrity on the left side. Copy the same thing over here. Screw it, let's just block the entire thing off, and we're out of concrete blocks, which means we have to go grab more. Worst case scenario, if this isn't entirely done, we'll at least have this, and I can stand in the entryway and blast the zombies, until things seem suspicious, and then I can go back to where I normally am, the old reliable, within the bosom of her royal girthiness. And we have the big door, as well as the rest of the pipe bombs. Is there anything else I was crafting that I need to think about? The concrete blocks. That should be enough to finish the project. At least I assume. I don't see why I would need 400 or more blocks. I'm wet. Hooray. Back to concrete and the cube shapes. If you're wondering why I'm using these in particular, it's just so I can see the hordes coming. I think it'll be fun. Aesthetically pleasing, even. Suppose if I fill this in entirely, it'll just keep the birds from attacking me. Even though I started this 2 in-game days ago, it seems as though I might not even finish before the Horde Night approaches. The pit is quite an undertaking, after all. I seem to be 1 vault short. I'm sure I'll survive. The only thing that could really get in my way is birds. I guess I could just block off one of the paths. Could. Might. I am uncertain. But, since I have the garage door, I should place it over here. Horizontally, of course, like so. Now it says that there's no structure to it, which I'm not sure why it's saying that. Does it need something beneath it? Is that how it works? What if I take out something like this? Then can I put the door on? It also says lacking structure. What about like this? It still says no. Interesting. Oh, no, that's red. It's a problem. Why is it purple? And if it's purple, can I still place it? That's the question. Let's try to place it and see what happens. There it goes. That's okay, I can just throw things from right here. I'll just set up a little baby gate for myself. And to reduce the odds of cops just spitting at me. Shouldn't I do this with concrete blocks? I think I'll be fine with cobblestone. I'll just reinforce up to that point and call it good. And I don't have any wood, of course. I should, however, have some inside the Horde base. I assume. Not an ounce of wood? I see. Back to the base we go. I'm probably going to have to collect more wood soon anyway. It's a resource I've been neglecting, because it is oh so neglectable. Half a stack should be fine. Oh no, it's because I keep hitting the take all my stuff button. This should be more than enough, and because I have so much of it, I am going to take some of the 7.62 with me. I think what I'm going to do is, since I have less time than I thought, I am going to keep the pipe bombs inside the Horde base in one of these chests, like so. And I'll simply just take a little detour around like so, well, from that end that way, for the purpose of getting more pipe bombs if I even need them. But for now, that should do. Now I will be dropping pipe bombs by throwing them at that wall, and then I guess just looking down. I want to see the havoc being wreaked, although it is kind of difficult to see from here, and these are ladders, so they're giving me this janky bounce around effect. So instead what I will do, maybe get more cubes, or bars, like this, so I can actually look down and see what's going on. Again, should be fine at cobblestone. I don't see cop spit being much of an issue, but if I fall down through here, well, GG's. There goes the playthrough. I'm assuming that won't be an issue, though. Now then, the robot. Actually, the robot could just be what holds all of my pipe bombs. That makes more sense, I guess. So I'll transfer them over to her. Shirley, you've finally got a job. Congratulations. I love how I crafted that garage door for absolutely no reason. I'm pretty sure I placed cellar doors with the purple hue to them, so I'm not sure what went wrong. I think inside the Horde base, there is more vault doors. If not vault, then at least metal, perhaps? No, just wood. Hatch. I can make iron hatches with, well, forged iron, which I should go get. I do not need thousands upon thousands of concrete like I have, so we'll put that away. Get a bit of steel. We have wood and cobblestone. Concrete, put away all but, say, one full stack. The cobblestone, keep one full stack. The wood, we have enough. Let's see, what else do we need? The steel. Right. Half a stack should be fine. And as the hour is getting late, I should probably go turn all of the generators on. Let's do that. I know each of them is powered properly, and I have already gone through the process of refueling them. The only ones that might be a little on the sus would be these ones. So, switches on first. You know, I didn't really set an escape route through this vault. I only made it enterable. So I guess upon coming in here and turning this on, it's almost exactly 300 watts. So these are all functional at the moment, which is good. Close this vault door. Everything is good to go here. So this one ladder is actually my only way out. Interesting. Now that we've got that active, we activate these ones. Switch on, switch on. And the final one, the coup de grace, the piece de la resistance, is this boy who apparently needs to be refueled. This one is also almost capped out on its energy usage, so at least I'm making good use of the resources that I have. You know, having this opening, won't the...
Reflexes have picked up something.
Oh, something got sliced. It might have been the robot, actually. Having this door open, won't the birds potentially fly in here? Let's set up more doors. Oh, I didn't grab any iron. Let's do that real quick. I knew I was missing at least one thing from that previous trip to the base. This should be the last of it, and then we'll be completely ready for the Horde. It's not in here, it's in here. Take a full stack. Start with an iron door. These take a minute and a half, really. A double door and a normal door. Then we'll get some iron hatches crafting. If I have enough time, I could also craft more iron doors, but the wood ones are the failsafe for now. You know, we'll just do a double door. I'm going to seal up one square of that opening there. We don't need 3 squares, after all. We have the door. That can be left alone. It is sacred, not to be touched. For here, we can do concrete blocks. Like so, and now the double door. Let's grab this. We'll go here. I like it on the inside, like that. Now if we can get that iron door wrapped up, then we'll upgrade this. But until then, whatever. I don't think the birds will have a reason to go through there because I will be on the roof this way. Since I'm crafting the iron hatches, I can just upgrade, once they're done, from the wooden hatches that are here. Crafting 2. And Trader Joel's will soon be closed. I always get so confused at this portion of the night. Right here, and right here. Ah, one done. Nice. We'll stay on this right side for now. I should probably set up more baby gates so I don't, run in there and self-destruct, but hey, whatever. I look forward to however this is going to play out. I can't really see in there like this. I'd like to. Oops, I was placing these way wrong. Well, you know what? The night is about to start. I guess I'll stop with all the building shenanigans. Well, after this. And here it comes.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Finish this upgrade and let's take a peek at what's happening. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Look at it. My frame rate is loving it more than anything. Let's see how the pipe bombs do. Oh my goodness! I tapped forward for half a second. Good thing I took parkour. That could have ended terribly. Got it. Do not tap forward. Or back. A second of silence. Amazing. This is honestly seeming far more doable than I thought it would be. Granted, I started off in a bit of a poor way, falling directly into my own blade traps, but what is success without a few errors? They have taken down 2 of the blade traps, although I'm not entirely certain if it's them who've taken it down or me. Oh, that little bump reminds me, time to take the Grandpa's learning elixir. Now we continue with the explosions. Look at this batch, and not bad. Took out about half of them with 1 pipe bomb. I suppose this is the effects of having a high investment in demolitions expert? Barely English. I'm quite excited about the fact that this is working, honestly. Usually my builds, where I'm not entirely certain or haven't done them before, they tend to flop. But this is working just fine. Although it's with the excess resources I've been collecting over, well, 77 days. There's 2 of my blade traps gone. But like I said, the real value of this is that inside the pit, it is difficult for them to progress forward at all. Ooh, a moment of silence. We've gotten 2 of those in quick succession. As you can see, the electric traps, I mean, lock them in place and I simply blow them the hell up. They stand absolutely 0 chance. Some of them have managed to proceed past the first couple lines of electric fence trap, but I think it's just because they can only hit so many zombies at once. I might be wrong about that. I still have plenty of pipe bombs to go, too. Well, I can hear that the birds have finally arrived, but all they can do is just desperately attack these blocks above me. Now, can I shoot through these? I can. Glorious. I'm going to take a second to actually lay down the boy. While I'm not spec'd into him, he's not at maximum efficiency, he is still pretty good. I had to do myself a favor and turn the game audio down a little bit. There's a lot going on at once. They're starting to get pretty far in. That's what happens if I stop throwing out the bombs, it seems. But 2 pipe bombs and it basically cleared out the entire thing. That 3rd blade trap is taking damage, I can see from the way that it's rotating. It's at an angle. But that's probably just from me throwing the pipe bombs at them. That first one, however, I haven't really thrown any pipe bombs at. It's 2 level ups in 1 night, not bad. Something important to remember about this is that this is the first portion of my defense. So if they can get through the pit, then they simply go back to what they used to have to deal with. And I can continue to lay into them at maximum firepower with these explosives the whole time while they're still going through her royal girthiness right there. The only downside, of course, would be that if the cops get within a certain range, they will start to spit at me. So far, I think the only zombie that I've seen actually make it to this final blade is 1 white, which, well, they are hyper tanky and they're very fast, so that makes sense. Oh, I just lit that pipe bomb and almost didn't throw it. I think I'm going to take a second to... Wow, one of their limbs got blown over here. To open this hatch. Come on, guys. Come on. I want to kill these damn birds. Or I could run over here. Let the turrets take care of it. They should pop off right about now. Nice. That's what I like to see. I might have to move those turrets forward so that they're over the bird cage instead. Well, we have another instance of congestion. Oh my goodness, look at those numbers. Well, I guess this is the power of ingenuity. And it's not even high-level ingenuity. I basically just caveman-brained this and said I want them in a hole. I want them to stay in that hole as long as possible. That's all that's going on. Well, the 3rd blade trap has been damaged. I believe the blade is now tilted, which means it's below half health. which is fine. Again, the electric traps are the priority, but the blade traps are kind of a sign of how well the zombies are doing. Ah, there's another one. That's 3 level ups in one night so far. Now, if I have anything to say about it, for the rest of this playthrough, I will do my damnedest to make sure that they never get to leave the pit or any other extensions that I put on. Because I'm not sure I want to stop here. Where's my robot? Oh, some of them have managed to get up. As soon as I stop throwing bombs, that's what happened. So, we'll have to start throwing in here instead. Oh! Oh, right, coppers. That makes sense. Ouch! They hit hard. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that they've made it through the pit now. I'm not sure what happened, but they've made one hell of a push. Now they're here. Must have been the Demolisher. Another moment of silence. Nice. Well, I was speaking with quite the amount of gusto up there, but as it turns out, it was a bit of false bravado, because they made it past the pit. I'm not sure what allowed them to push through into this portion, but they did it.
I've got a bad feeling
Ah,
about
another
this.
moment of silence. Is it? Oh, it's not over. Okay. The blade traps, being secondary to everything that was going on below, shouldn't have had any real effect after being destroyed. The pit still served its main purpose. I think the zombies just started sprinting so fast that they got through all of the electric traps. I guess having even a line of 20 electric traps, well, actual wires doing the electric trapping, the electric shock, is still not enough for 64 zombies, which means I might need more electric wires down there. Either way, I'd say that it was a fairly successful night all the way up until this very point. Even now, we're just back to where we usually are, where we rested on day 70. Even at this portion, with simply the wire traps and my machine gun, or shotgun, or whatever weapon I choose at the time, this is highly effective. The only problem is that the pit and this both require, to work at maximum efficiency, for me to be in there actively playing. The only thing that could possibly fix that is the turrets that I placed above this area, which I guess I haven't let any zombies get close enough to see what those will do. Oh, is this? It's not open. I can hear that first blade trap down there still going to town, so it might not be completely done for. There is more that... Okay, was that the final? No. I keep getting my hopes up because that's been the record for the last few Horde nights, is that we've actually managed to kill every zombie. Even on the ones where we were desperately inches from death. Also, that was the morning ring-a-ding-dong. And a fat man blew up. At least he doesn't do enough block damage to immediately take out my turrets up there. That's a plus. Strange to see a demolisher in the daytime. And that is probably it. Just a once around check through the base. I almost just fell off of. Just a once through to see what's going on, pick up the boy, and everything seems to be fine. It looks like they were trying to beat their way through here, which is... Oh, I see, I see. So they never actually got all the way through this, hence why that blade trap is still functioning. They beat their way through, so I need to thicken these walls so that they're not incentivized to do that. We're learning. That's part of the reason why I had very little concern about how this particular process was done, how the, what we'll say, birdcage project was done, whether it worked or not, because we had the original base working as intended anyway. Even if they blow through the walls, which they did, we basically lost nothing. It just went back to default settings. They were even trying to break through the walls over here. So now we know. Oh, they really need to make some kind of function that allows you to repair everything at the cost of whatever's in your inventory. Oh, they broke this block too. What the heck? What is wrong with these things? Weird zombies. Well, we should be able to step right in here. You turn off entirely. Let's go through here. The reason why I set it up the way I did and why it took so long is because I wanted the electric traps that take damage to exclusively be... What the heck? What is this metal piece right here? I don't understand. Anyways, I wanted this, the secondary slot of the electric traps, to be exclusively where the damage is taken. Oh, I need electrical parts for that. I see. It doesn't sound like many of them are broken anyway. So I'll step inside the base and turn off the final generator. Open up the door, which signifies that the Horde Night is in fact done. Turn off this generator. And there we go. The Horde Night is completed. I do, in fact, have electrical parts. Let's go through the process of repairing everything, and now that I've blown out that previous piece, I can actually come through here and just repair these things normally. We have got a disaster of loot to go through, too. I think I will just plow through this loot as fast as I can, and then we will most likely have to end the episode there. So, let's do that. So, having taken a moment to actually look at the electric fences and the way that they have taken damage or reacted, some of them had not taken any damage at all, even though, like for instance, if we look at this third one, this electric fence post, or no, sorry, this fourth one, this one had not taken any damage at all, but the two after it had, the fifth and sixth ones. So, I think at 64 zombies, the AI, or not the AI, the technology seems to shit itself, to put it simply, which is interesting. I'm not sure if increasing the amount of electric wire, the electric fence posts, as they're properly named, would actually have any kind of positive effect. But this has been the 7th day on episode 77. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode. But for now, goodbye.